Hello, everyone. Welcome to the graduation for the class of 2023. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome you here today for this milestone celebration. My name is Dr. Jill Gilday, and I serve as the Superintendent of Schools for Park City School District and celebrating my 35th year in education. I started when I was like 5. Congratulations to each and every member of the class of 2023 on your accomplishment today. You are the most tech-savvy class this world has ever seen. However, the technology that you interact with and build will not define your future success and legacy. Your legacy will be how you treat other human beings. Your success will be about human connection. Your success and what your colleges, universities, military service, and workplace are looking for will be directly related to your ability to connect with yourself and with others. Our world is looking for team players like you that have mindfulness, adaptability, and empathy. Our world is looking for people like you that will persist during adversity with grit and resilience. Our world is looking for people like you who have personal accountability and do not feel entitlement. Our world is looking for people like you who have a growth mindset, that we are all on continuous journeys to be better versions of ourselves. Our world needs people like you who want to join nonprofits and volunteer to build better communities. Our world is looking for people like you who believe in humanity, who will use your abilities to serve others, who are going to change the world for the betterment of all. Welcome to the class of 2023. Your family, your friends, and our honored guests, your educators, who have prepared you to take on your next chapter, be it career, college, trade school, or military service. We wish you well on this next chapter. Principal Bobby, thank you for the preparation that all have provided to ensure that this class of 2023 remain our best hope for the future. Thank you. Everyone please stand for the national anthem.
We're so gallantly strong. Class of 2023, please be seated. Hello, Class of 2023. As I look upon all the bright young faces of those here today, I can't help but feel gratitude. Gratitude for all the work these people have put in to reach this moment on Dozier Field. First, I would like to thank the incredible staff here at the Park City School District. I say staff to include all those who enabled us to get here, both at high school and at Treasure, Ecker, and elementary schools. Teachers, administration, custodial engineers, and lunch chefs. Together, they came to support us in a unique and caring way. Next, I would like to thank all those who had a part in shaping the students in front of us today. To all the parents and guardians out there, you raised truly incredible kids. I'd also like to take this moment to give a special shout out to my family for their guidance in getting me to this spot today. Most important, however, is the thanks I would like to give my fellow students. You are the ones who fill this school with the heart it has, accomplished unimaginable feats under the cross pickaxes, and built connections that will last a lifetime. It is these students that I share countless memories with on late-night study sessions, gather worldly insight from a multitude of discussions, and ultimately received invaluable experiences from interactions with every single one of you. Today, I'd just like to outline a few of these experiences. Firstly, I want to share how I even began this desire to give a speech on graduation day. It started in fourth grade. I remember talking with Brock Oswethorpe about being number one in the class. He quipped back, saying, "Case, if you end up being valedictorian, I'll give you a whole cow." Brock, wherever you are in the audience, I have just one simple thing to say to you. Pay up. In all seriousness, it is truly an honor to be granted this opportunity to speak here on this day. However, the road for me to get here was certainly not a straight one. This brings me to my main point today. In our treatment of others, regardless if they are family, friends, or strangers, a lack of judgment should always be brought. A lack of judgment of past actions, prejudices about appearance, or even about future decisions one is yet to make. As many of you know, I was grade accelerated midway through my kindergarten year. On the first day of first grade, I was incredibly nervous. It felt as if I was a needle jabbing myself into the fine tapestry that was the social scene of Ms. Kendall's class. If my memory serves me correct, coming out to morning recess, I was lost and didn't know what to do. I asked a couple peers on the famous McPullen Hill and noticed them playing a guard game. I questioned them to see what it was all about, and soon found out this was the famous Pokemon I had heard from my peers. That day, Fernando Galicia Morales gave me a Pokemon card to include me, and with no real knowledge of how to play the game, I threw down my card aggressively like I had seen in all the commercials, hands in their faces, feeling confident as ever. In retrospect, I now realize I essentially just terrorized a friendly game of Pokemon that I was so cordially invited into. It's that latter part that the emphasis should be placed on. Fernando knew nothing of my situation other than that I was a new student, and with no judgment in mind, opened his circle to allow for one more rambunctious, energetic 5-year-old. This simple act of kindness gave me footing in a rocky time, and it is for that reason that I'm forever appreciative. The next anecdote I'll share with you has little to do with anything in our great hometown of Park City, but I find it deeply influential. As I remember, I was at some conference with my mother. Love you, Mom. And a speaker came up to share with us an experience she had in her doctorate program. She was doing her thesis on some form of Greek philosophy with an emphasis on Plato. Her university lent her an original replica of one of the works, and she delicately began reading it on her long bus ride back to her hometown. She noticed a disheveled-looking man across from her, intently staring at the text. Knowing the value of such a historic piece of work, she was quick to protect the crinkly old pages. pages that made her feel like an intellectual, intelligent, in a sense, smarter than the man she found herself sitting across from. In reaction to this body language, he simply replied that he had no intention of stealing the book from her. He was purely reminiscing. Confused, she questioned, "You know what I'm reading?" And to her surprise, he listed the exact work, author, and summary of the Platonic era. Upon first hearing this story, the meaning was lost on myself, yet it stuck with me for some reason. Now, of course, I can confidently say I assigned my own meaning to it. Many of us will go on to attend prestigious schools, educate ourselves in the proper ways, and continue on in the industry or education. However, along this journey, let us not forget those who may have the same potential, but not the same privilege. Let us not forget those who didn't follow a traditional path to attaining the same knowledge we have. And let us not forget those who chose to take different paths based on their own passions. It is crucial in all these situations that judgment is dropped. For my final anecdote, I would like to bring it to a deeply personal note. On Easter night, as I was coming to finish out my 5th grade year, my mom was diagnosed with a form of lymphoma cancer. As a 5th grader, I didn't know how to react whatsoever. Seeing my mom push through a long battle and eventually come out triumphant inspired me. But seeing the consequences that she was left with displayed the true unpredictability of life. It is this when I learned the final form of lack of judgment, that of appraising the future. One cannot judge their current situation and gauge exactly where they will be down the road. It was this lesson that made me feel more adequately prepared when my mother was once again diagnosed with breast cancer at the beginning of my junior year. In both instances, I saw my mother fight her way through brutal treatments, then return fatigued, shelled, and empty. But in the same way, I saw in her a true fighting spirit that she relied on. In computer science, one of the fundamental problems tackled by the famous Alan Turing is the halting problem. If you'll indulge me, it essentially surmises the status of any computer program to be able to predict perfectly whether another program will stop running. Through a clever proof, Turing establishes firmly that the statement is indeed impossible. There is no feasible program that can determine if a program halts. As you can see, the only universal constant is chaos, unpredictability, randomness. If you'll let me share one more story, it begins in my 10th grade chemistry class. I wrote a small chunk of code that served as a virtual blackjack dealer on the calculators. To be used purely, work was done, Miss Mooney, I promise. Pridefully, I went over to a peer to see how it was running. I noticed that he bet all of his money, received a 20, and then proceeded to hit. For those less familiar, he was dealt a near-perfect hand, but chose to not settle, hoping for a less than 8% chance to attain that perfect 21. When I asked him why take such a pointless risk, he simply proclaimed, "Why not?" In our next steps into life, I encourage us to take risks, but beyond risks, purely dumb luck-based decisions. Life is far too short to not pattern yourself, doing what you love, no matter the odds. If you find that at any moment you no longer have the passion, spark, or drive to continue, stop. This path was not meant for you. I have no doubt that the class of 2023, a class for the ages, will go on to do incredible things in every field, through every way. Be bold, free of judgment, and follow your heart. Always look out for the kid who needs a Pokemon card. Always seek out those who know more than they appear to. Always stay free of judgment, for you never know if a person has their own cancers they are fighting. And always hit on 20, for you just might surprise yourself and get a 21. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Salutations. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to express our gratitude to all of you. Thank you, Mom and Dad, love you, and to all family and friends who have given us the ability to live in this wonderful community and have supported us on our journey. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you to the school faculty and teachers that facilitated our ability to succeed here, helped create a learning environment where we could thrive. A round of applause for them as well. Also, thank you to the musicians here playing for us. I remember playing for last year's graduating class and performing Pomp and Circumstance for 15 minutes straight. That's quite the endurance test. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my fellow graduates. A final round of applause for the class of 2023. It is truly an honor to celebrate this significant accomplishment with you all as your salutatorian. We started our high school journey with a freshman year that was overtaken by the COVID pandemic, followed by a sophomore year that was also deeply affected by it. I could spend the entire speech talking about this, but this does not define our time here. What did define our time here, rather, was the drive and passion of the students in this class. The latter years of high school brought perhaps the most intensive and intriguing parts of our time here for many, with challenging classes and opportunities to reaffirm interest in certain skills that would carry on to careers, until many of us got severe senioritis. This time in the world has indeed been a riveting one to experience our senior year, with trends that have rocked the academic world, such as the increased utilization of artificial intelligence tools. Honestly, I could have just written this speech using ChatGPT, and none of you will have known, but I didn't. Or maybe I did. This class has made many huge accomplishments during our time here in high school. Every single one of you has made an impact on our collective high school experience. Whether it was your collaboration with peers in academics, involvement in the extracurricular activities of your choice, or whatever you did to get here. My personal experience of students in this class is that they have been among the most creative and brilliant individuals I know, and we're always willing to connect with others in the school to cooperate. With perhaps the exception of deciding on something in the senior group chat. In my humble opinion, the class of 2023 is prepared to take on anything and be leaders in solving the issues that exist in the world. One of the teachers at this school, that many of you have had, taught me that discipline equals freedom. By all of you being here today, it has shown that you had the discipline to work through the many challenges that may have come in the way of your objectives. Even if you have not yet accomplished some of your individual goals, now is no time to stop. Now, you have the freedom to choose how you want to move on to this next phase of life. No matter what that may consist of for each of you, I believe we should all proceed with excitement. I will leave you here today with these 3 themes that I've learned from mentors and role models in my life to carry on as you proceed in your own life. First, always be prepared, because you never know when the next big opportunity in your life will come. There's a French saying, "Il ne faut rien laisser au hasard," which means leave nothing to chance. With this talented class especially, there'll be a plethora of opportunities for all of you, and it's up to you to take initiative on them. Second, maintain the strong sense of camaraderie that we've held as a class, and take it into the world as you meet new people. Finally, be the best person you can be. Be the person you're meant to be, and don't let others stop you from doing that. Once again, I want to thank everyone who supported us throughout this journey and are here with us now at the celebration of this milestone. I'm truly proud to be part of the class of 23. 23. Thank you.
Parents, guardians, guests, board members, superintendent, faculty, and especially the class of 2023. It is an absolute honor to serve as your principal during this time at Park City High School. This is a momentous occasion as we come together to celebrate your achievements, reflect on your journey, and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead.
I can go down further if you want.
First, I want to thank all of your teachers from kindergarten all the way till your senior year. Thank you guys very much. I also want to acknowledge the remarkable strength, resilience, and the adaptability that each one of you have demonstrated during these unprecedented times. You were freshmen when we were dealt with a new reality and had to endure it for most of your high school's career. In the face of adversity, you persevered, and this has been a great, normal senior year. I'd like to share some information with you. For the class of 2023, there are 398 seniors graduating today. 80% of you are going to be pursuing higher education, attending 113 different universities across 35 states and 4 countries. That's awesome. Others are going to be joining missions, joining the military, taking a gap year, or beginning their careers. 19% of you are first-generation students. Of our first-generation students, 66% are going to be continuing your education. That is a new record for Park City High School. This class, academically, has proven to be an extraordinary group of students. Another record, 7 National Merit Scholars in this class. 2 Presidential Scholarship finalists, and for the first time ever, we have a student receiving a GPA over 5.0. We actually had to get in touch with the state because they didn't have a capacity to list that GPA. Despite the disruptions and the uncertainties that the pandemic brought, you have maintained your focus and dedication to learning. Through remote classes at your freshman year and constantly changing circumstances, you have exhibited remarkable perseverance. You have not only met the challenges head-on, but you have excelled in your studies. But your accomplishments extend far beyond the classroom. This graduating class has left their mark in the arts. Whether it be through music, dance, theater, or visual arts, you have embraced creativity as a means of expression. The hours of practice for our dancers and musicians and the triumphs on stage or in the studio are testaments to your resilience. You have shown that the arts can thrive even in the face of adversity, and your works and performances have touched the hearts and souls of those who have witnessed them. Not only have you excelled academically and artistically, but you have proven yourselves to be exceptional athletes. You have competed in a 5A world, even though we are an average 4A size school. And boy, have you guys competed. Your commitment to discipline, character, and teamwork have made the Miners one of the top competitors in the state. Over half of you, 57%, participated in 23 different sports, comprising 52 different teams. Additionally, 30% of you participated in non-school related sports. Congratulations to all your accomplishments this year, and I want to give a special shout out to both of our state champion lacrosse teams. Class of 2023, you are academics, you are athletes, and you are artists. But you're also debaters, you're robot developers, you're pilots, you're LIAers, you're National Merit Scholars, you're Sterling Scholars, you speak foreign languages, you're D&Ders, you're PC Cappers, you're in Stuco, you're in National Honor Society, and so many other clubs. And most importantly, you are advocates for so many different causes. This was your time at Park City High, and this was your reality. So you may not be aware, but you showed a lot of perseverance. You adapted to changes, and you made the best of a difficult situation. But I hope you also recognize all of the help and support you received from your parents, your family, your friends, your teachers, and this community. I can think of no larger transition in life than finishing high school and moving to the next chapters of your life. As you embark on your journey, remember the lessons that you have learned during this extraordinary time. You will find that you are well prepared. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead, and you will do amazing things. You have left a positive mark, and we will miss you. Congratulations, class of 23. Board President Kaplan, would you please join me at the podium? I can verify that each of the students seated in front of us have completed all of the requirements mandated by the state of Utah through the State Board of Education and mandated by the Park City School District. I therefore present to you the Park City High School graduating class of 2023.
Of the Park City Board of Education, I am pleased to receive the graduates assembled here today. I present to you the class of 2023.
Luca Martin Sen. William Faye Abbott. Naomi Eileen Abonce Mendez. Isaac Jesus Adame. Caddis Rain Adams. Malia Anchors. Zachary Tyler Alvis. Naveen Taras Anand. Nathaniel Truxler Anderson. Tyler Gid Anderson. Kira Ann Atkinson. Douglas Ayers. Olivia Marie Bacon. Riley McCall Barnhart. Obed Barriga Jimenez. Gwenna Ann Bartmus. Carson Thomas Baines. Gavin Christopher Beichner. Joshua Bell. Sophia Elizabeth Benz. Wyatt James Burmese. Natalie Barbara Best. Braden Lucas Fire. Chase Ryan Fire. Renee Besmer. Sophia Marie Belanti, Ryan Isley, Stephen Thomas Bond.
Ryder Caden Brott. John William Bradley. Marcus Charles Bradshaw. Aaron Jean Bratcher. Easton Kevin Brotherson. Gavin Maurice Brown. Griffin James Brown. Olivia Grace Brown. Thomas Ralph Bullock. Sean Daniel Burnett. Kenneth Hartman Butts. Jessica Jewel Vise. Reese James Bynan. Chloe Marie Cayley. Kendall Jenna Cannon. Lane Elliott Capps. Keenan Hiram Carlson. Simon Anwin Carter. Nicholas Ulrich Butler Castleberry. Osvaldo Castro Hernandez. Kevin Bernardo Castro. Martina Camila Cavieres. María Guadalupe Celestino Pérez. Walter Timothy Chelsea. Kai Samuel Christensen. James Anders Chudley. Fernando Schuchil. Dylan Wilhelm Otto.
Catherine Noel Clark. Ava Riley Coquera. Rodolfo Cornejo Flores. Madeline Cortez Alarcon. Isbedi Cortez Lopez. Lincoln Ann Colson. Calvin Jernstad Crossland. Ava Marshall Cruz. Belinda Ledesma Cruz. Emma Patricia Cusimano. Lucy Catherine Davis. Raquel Eileen Davis. Nada DeJager. Tawny DeJager. Catherine Chia DeFay. Matthew James DeMarco. John Paul Riesa Derla. Christopher John Detmering. Oliver Milton Moore. Abigail Aline Dietrichson. Sophia Chinich. Al Anna Donovan. Maya Lily Drayton. Shane Jonathan Duper. Stella Maria Durancheck. And Ruby Wilson Edwards.
Jack Lewis Efrusi. Zachary Thomas Eggleton. Pearson Mac Eric. Joseph Thomas Eldridge. Serena Melissa Erlinger. Luke Donald Esper. Kathleen Love Battaglia Evans. Sean Logan Evans. India Alexis Evelich. Ashley Elizabeth Fannin. Kelsey Brooke Farber. Jackson Tucker Farnell. Alexander Vitali James Farrell. Dylan Starr Fader. Sarah Heatherlyn Fisher. Ralph Mills Fiscus. William David Fleming. Charlotte Marie Flanagan. Savannah Helen Flynn. Jack Aaron Footer. Starry France. Augusta Taylor Fry. Luis Fernando Galicia Morales. Abigail Gallagher. Alexandria Nicole Gallant. Colin James Galvin. Simone Petra Ganyard. Itzel Dayanara Garcia Blancarte.
William Campbell Garner. David Orion Georger. Thomas Nye Glassman. Luis Antonio Gonzalez Nava. Camden Wallace Graff. John Thomas Miles Grisham. Maximilian Gable Grizel. Mason John Grover. Rachel Lynn Heriter. Decker Todd Hageman. Matthew Quinn Hale. Thomas Mark Hales. Garrett Christopher Hall. Kennedy Elizabeth Halper. Gabriella Kirstina Hansen. Genevieve Tricia Hansen. Gordon Truman Hansen. Cooper Weymouth Hanton. Paul Bentley Parhide. Masana Helena Haslock. Hamilton John Hawkins. Christopher Kenneth Henry. Sophie Heredia. Jose Ignacio Fernandez Veo. Mauricio Hernandez Magana. Javier Hernandez Valdez. Anthony Hernandez.
Stacy Jocelyn Hernandez. Clay Xavier Hickey. Cardin James Hickman. Evan Hilton. Ava Renee Hoekstra. Damon Michael Holbrook. Sophia Jane Holland. James Kenneth Hopkins. Jacob Exum Huff. Andrew Keenan Howell. Lily Rebecca Hunt. Brewster Brooks Hutchinson. Cameron Michele Jacobelli. Brandon Infante Reyes. Elisa Lynn English. Savannah Marshall Jacobson. Dominique Luke Yamrik. Kennedy Ann Jansen. Allie Christine Jennings. Brent Allen Johnson. Nicholas James Johnstone. Catherine Mackenzie Joyner. Taryn Oriel Jones. Kevin Juarez Colmanero. Alexandra Sousa Cap. Tyler Sean Kaufman. Chandler E. Kelsch. Portia Jade Kermisis.
Ava Grace Kimch. Carly Bell Klein. Jacob Ryan Knight. Alexander Troy Kostachenko. Kate Colleen Kovar. Aaron Krotmal. Alex Johannes Cook. James Francis Kwan. Ian Xavier Kyle. Lola Kate Lane. Wayne Ethan Yunan Lengi. Jacob Walter Lehman. James Kieran Lynchburg. Asher Stellan Levine. Barrett Brian Livingston. Samuel J. Livingston. Finley L. Lloyd. Kyle George Lockwood. Christina Maria Logan. Alexander Dean Lopantry. Eric Victor Lund. Charis Elizabeth Lunsford. Hannah Rose Lutzker. Maya Jo Lynch. Braxton Thomas Lyon. Jesus Magayan Gallegos. I'm so sorry. And Thomas John Manwari.
Phoebe Chase Marsland. L. Lamp Martin. Lampy Martin. Carlos Martinez Morales. Elian Valeria Martinez Rojas. George Gregory Mattinson. Shayla Elise McCaffrey. Brian Colin McCarthy. Bryn Parker McCarthy. Delaney Jean McCarthy. Patrick Daniel McCarthy. Chase Aiden McClellan. Keely Kirsten McCombs. Dylan Scott McGuire. Haley May McGuire. Jack Maddox McHenry. Regan McKinney McIntosh. Caitlin Alexa Merriman. Annabelle Elizabeth Metzger. Mia Lauren Meza. Ella Marie Michaels. McKieran Celeste Mick. Hadley Cameron Miles. Andrew David Miller. Piper Rose Milner. Catherine Leiden Mitchell. Paxton Jürgen Mobley. Grace Ann Alice Moe. Javier Sebastián Morales.
Rolando Morales Correto. McNeil Michael Moreno. Alexander James Morton. Riley Jack Mulholland. Sedona May Murdoch. Reed Matthew Murray. Allison Nava. Kate William Nilsson. Alexander Charles William O'Brien. Shane Norberg O'Brien. Rachel Elizabeth O'Brien. Joseph McNeil O'Malley. James Timothy O'Reilly. Ruby Jane Olson. Tucker Olson. Celia Ann Olthius. Brock Harrison Osgathorpe. Tierney Ann Owens. Abraham Padilla Madero. Indigo Winston Payne. Shelley Pena Palabrica. John Cedric Rada Palomar. Jordan Michelle Parker. Aranza Pedraza Espinosa. Maria Teresa Pena. Wesley Thomas Perkins. Riley Rose Peterson.
Christine Ella Phillips. Catherine Laney Pidwell. Joan Pliego Valdez. Lena Eleanor Holster. Sydney Elise Poston. Logan Miles Fulton. Annalena Hadajit Powers. Valerie Nicole Prado. Hunter McKay Pratchett. Miles Jansen Preston. Luke Matthew Price. Logan Shea Pritchard. Karina L. Brunis. Ty Anna Kornberg. Yazlai Mariana Quintana Barrios. Max Dylan Rabin. Janet Ramirez Galon. Jose Manuel Ramirez Garcia. Nao Rea Huerta. Yasmin Alexandra Rea. Wolfgang Daniel Riegard. Henry James Retzer. Ruby Jane Richards. Kaylee Elizabeth Rick. Daniel Enrique Rodriguez Carreno. Emily Rodriguez. Aaron Rodriguez Salas. Cesar Alejandro Rogel.
E. Romero Garcia. Jack Michael Ronan. Kate Elizabeth Rooney. Ezra Gulick Rosenfield. Ethan William Rosenkrantz. Aiden Graham Ross. Ethan Thomas Rue. Elena Daria Rugemer. Marcus Joseph Rung. Cody Christopher James Rutkowski. Derek Paul Reese. Jacob Thomas Sagasser. Marielle Lizette Salamanca. Santiago Sandoval Duran. Noe Santander Dominguez. Sarah Elspeth Savins. Sierra Jane Stanley. Chase Hollowell Shemmer. Felix Marcus Schlegel. Hudson Thomas Schmidt. Kevin Roland Sedgwick. Annabelle Jean Serena. Catherine Elizabeth Sexton. Shufflet.
Nicholas Lachlan Sibley. Margot Eileen Silverstein. Molly Mae Sims. Keon Drake Sennett. Erica Hatch Skyling. Tyler Christian Smaha. Henry Ryan Smith. Jackson Wesley Smith. Julia Madison Smith. Sydney McGregor Smith. William John Smythe. Emily Jane Solomon. Robert James Solom. Macy Merritt Sorensen. Megan Magluyan Sorianosos. Olivia Lauren Sprung. Ryan Cole Strangland. Madeline M. Stinson. Aaron John Stalker. Bryce Connor Stone. Evelyn J. Stone. Jack Ryan Stouffer. Jesus Antonio Suarez Cabanillas. Andrew Kenyon Sweeney. Ty Jacob Sylvester. Olivia Kathleen Tarmina. Chloe Scott Torrell. Aiden McGuire Taylor.
Alexander Walter Taylor. Peyton Bradley Taylor. Danielle Torero Romero. Rowan Kern Thomas. Jenna Eleanor Toronto. Jack Francis Tooley. Kala Ray Troxel. Evangelist Nicholas Sondy. Matilda Bell Turner. Una Margaret Heenan Tuttle. McLaren Alexandria Tyrell. Kirsten Rosalind Van Oostenburg. Julissa Vasquez Celestino. Janet Vasquez Colmenero. Luis Fernando Vasquez. Riley Michelle Wagner. Grace Cecilia Wagstaff. Alexander James Waldman. Kyle Thomas Walker. Sarah Teresa Wall. Lindsay Madison Warner. Jessica Ryan Washington. Zachary Ryan Watkins. Jeff Anderson Weber. Cooper Kanya Wells. Augie Gigia West. Avery Johanna Westover.
Leon Marcellus White. Otto Joseph Wickersham. Bernard William Bernard Wickersham. Elias Michael Wilson. Summer Elizabeth Wilson. Wyatt Jeffrey Wilson. Beckett Charles Hopkins Wolf. Cohen Frank Woolley. Max J. Yaskinen. Rif Sasha Yoki. David Boris Zagan. Uri Alexis Zarko Neria. Connor David Zimmerman. Michelle Rosales Centeno. Santiago Vaera Marin. Carlos Manuel Tapia Mendoza.
Good evening, minors. Our fellow graduates, we are here today with a research fellow at the Huntsman Cancer Institute studying epigenetics. He is co-author of a published paper in the American Journal of Education, as well as a member of a sociological research team with professors from Stanford, Villanova, and Harvard. This amazing student is standing next to me. I'd like to introduce you to my good friend, who also happens to be my co-president of Latinos in Action.
I'm Jose Hernandez.
And I'm Aranza Pedraza.
We want to thank each and every one of you for being present with us today. This chapter in our lives was far from easy, but we are gathered in celebration of our collective grit and perseverance. Students, be proud of how far you've come. Parents, thanks to your support and love, your students stand before you in gowns, ready to take on the world with dedication. Felicidades a todos.
Today, we stand before you as high school graduates.
Today, we celebrate our differences, for they have propelled us to become the best versions of ourselves. As we encourage one another, we too rise.
Unidos como una comunidad latina, hemos decidido tomar la ruta hacia un mejor futuro. We are the manifestation of possibility. We serve as ambitious examples that the quest for a brighter tomorrow is present. We are not the first, nor will we be the last of many who continue to fight.
We are part of a legacy of trailblazers, presidents of LIA who demand and embody equity. Today, Aranza and I stand before you as Park City High School's first LIAs to be nominated Sterling Scholars. We stand before you as reformers who push for policies that will enable our minority students to prosper. We stand before you as activists and leaders in a line of Latino students who deserve more. We stand as allies and representatives of our Latino community. We'd like to recognize the support we have received from the educators and community members who have been invaluable to our success.
Thank you, Ms. Williams and Mr. Job, for teaching us that our identity as bilingual and bicultural students is something to be proud of. Thank you, Ms. Moffett, for encouraging us to unlock our potential to thrive in academically challenging environments. Thank you, Dr. Cronley, for reminding us that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Thank you, Mr. Goldberg, for instilling in us the exigence of wielding our voices to create change. Thank you, Ms. Blumen, Ms. O'Brien, and Ms. Acevedo, for reminding us that college education is possible. Thank you to all the educators and community members who have helped us on our journey toward a future where all Latino students graduate and pursue higher education.
Finalmente, gracias a nuestros padres que demuestran su amor al costo de mentes cansadas, espaldas adoloridas y manos llenas de cicatrices, hoy estamos recibiendo nuestros diplomas. Somos hijos y hijas de los hombres y las mujeres más tenaces, quienes nos han elevado a este escenario con su cariño interminable.
My siblings of color, mi gente, in spite of the countless obstacles that we may encounter on our journeys, we must remind ourselves that we are capable, remarkable, indomitable. Our family's vibrant blood runs in our veins, fortitude coded into the fiber of our being. With these strong hands of ours, we will tear down walls and, with those bricks, build staircases so that we may seize our dreams.
I'd like to end by sharing a few lines of a poem Aranza wrote to Miss Williams as a thank you for her mentorship. This poem also applies to those of you who have supported your graduates throughout their journey as well. Her hands are magic. She works with the clay, stoneware, earthenware, kaolin. The clay is difficult, a stubborn medium, and it's inevitable that some pieces will collapse and cave in. But she tries again, resilient, because she recognizes their potential. The clay she touches withstands the blaze of the kiln. Because of her, it stands upright, steadier than before. While others' pieces may crack and crumble under the pressures of the high temperatures, her handiwork never does, because her hands are magic.
Students, surround yourself with people who will forge you, mold you, challenge you. Nunca rechaces el color de tu piel o tu cultura. Nunca dejes que nadie te diga que no puedes. Nunca te rindas. Encuentra el poder que brilla dentro de ti e ilumina el camino.
¡Sí se pudo! ¡Viva mi raza!
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, teachers, Miss Williams, and most importantly, class of 2023. I am Zach Watkins and president of Park City High School, and I am so honored to be able to speak to you all tonight. When I first thought about the idea of giving this speech, I'll admit, I was just as excited as I was nervous. How could I not be? My mom saw this, and as mothers do, she tries to comfort me. She looks at me and she says, "It's only 2,000 people, Zach." What could possibly go wrong? It's not like you're gonna wait until the last second to write this. Oh boy, love you, Mom. But flash forward to yesterday morning, and I'm sitting on my bed, laptop in front of me, Googling best high school graduation speeches ever, with of course 5-minute TikTok brain breaks in between each sentence. But shockingly enough, here I am. 13 years, 2,340 days, and 56,140 hours we've invested into our school education, approximately. All that time, but in retrospect, it only felt like 1 minute. We are always rushing and waiting until the time is up. 1 year left before graduation turns into 1 semester, which turns into 1 month, and eventually 1 week. Next thing we know, it's 1 minute until we can go home. 1 minute until we realize we never have to step foot in the high school again. I used to love the final bell at 2:25 at the end of each year, watching all my friends run out the door, because I knew we'd all see each other again. Same time, same place, same bright green parking tickets, shout out Kevin Orgel. But most importantly, same people. But I never realized how much I would want another minute. 1 more minute to learn something new. 1 more minute to laugh with friends. 1 more minute to just enjoy being in high school. To my fellow graduates, I'm sure you share the feeling. We grew up. We grew up sharing endless laughter and inside jokes within the walls of our classroom since 2010. Sitting in computer lab, playing dance mat typing, daydreaming about how the 23 and Jaquan 23 felt so impossibly far away. Now, here we are. We learned to be older, wiser, and stronger. Old enough to wear camo to the football games, wise enough to not be late to Miss A's class, and strong enough to take an unexpected loss to the sophomores in our last ever powder buff game. All we ever wanted was to grow up. We grew up learning and earning wisdom from the teachers we've had over the past 13 years, who ignited something within us to be our best selves. For example, I'll never forget my 10th grade world history teacher, Mr. Goldberg, who amusingly would take us on ancient Roman tours consisting of chants, tug of war, and dramatic storytelling, all confined within our PCHS hallways 130 through 240, inspiring me to put passion in everything I do, just as he does every single day. And be grateful for every minute I have. We grew up with the world at our fingertips, the internet shaping and shifting the very world as we touched it. We've seen abundant transformation through social media, not realizing we were transforming too. Now, according to a Harvard study, with an average attention span of 8.25 seconds, or 0.75 seconds less than that of a goldfish, class of 2023 is absolutely crushing it. I truly cannot be more proud of us. But with these short attention spans, We didn't realize just how fast we were growing up. And somehow, the past 13 years flew by, just like those 8.25 seconds. But the growing up we did was beautiful. We grew up dreaming about the day we get to go off on our next adventure, joking about how we couldn't wait until graduation, finally freeing ourselves from the wrath of Mr. Arbabi, never having to take another PE class again, eager to explore the world. And here I stand before you today as we take our first steps down divergent paths. We grew up making memories that will last a lifetime, laughing and staying up until sunrise with our friends, roll kais, late night trips to the iconic Blue Roof 7-Eleven, countless nights cheering in the student section, or even playing out on the field. I would give anything to have just one more minute for memories like these, to walk the halls with my friends or laugh at my lunch table one more time. I would give anything to experience one more minute of my teachers teaching about what they love. One more minute to freestyle with my friends in computer science class, shout out Benji and J-Mac. One more minute to cheer at sporting events until I lost my voice. One more minute to grow up. If there is one thing I would want any of you to take away from this, is that we spend too much time wanting something to end that we rarely appreciate it. So stop and enjoy what is happening right now. To all the underclassmen, as cliche as it sounds, make the most of high school because it goes by way too fast. And to my peers, stop and embrace the moment. Take 1 minute, and whatever your future holds, just enjoy it. Take that 1 minute to see everyone before rushing out of here, because we all know that 1 minute will make a difference. Congratulations, class of 2023. We grew up, and I am so lucky to share one more last minute with you all.
Happiness is the whole aim and end of human existence. Aristotle, the Nicomachean Ethics. I discovered this quote this past winter after already drafting most of this speech. I was questioning whether or not I should follow through with my idea, but then I came across this quote and I knew it was right. So far, for my entire life, without actively realizing it, I was following Aristotle's claim. I have been instinctively trying to achieve what I believe deep down to be the goal of our lives: true and pure happiness. After all, isn't that what we are all supposed to be working toward? Isn't that what we have been told since we were young? That we should try to be happy and we should create a path to achieve it? Whether because of money, measured success in our career, a happy family, or a life full of travel, happiness is what we hope to be provided with as a result of our actions. Happiness comes from the fruits of our labors, and we are meant to create it for ourselves. I used to believe this. For years, I told myself that what I work for and endure is all done in this quest to be happy. I have spent my whole life repeating this mantra to myself, time and again. But I also found myself wondering, is this happiness? Does it get better than this? Will I ever indeed be happy? And while my answers to these questions varied from time to time, it was only recently that I finally came to a realization. Over this past year, my outlook on this concept of happiness has changed dramatically. I began to notice that I have been more consistently happy. I have felt so much more content and been in a positive mood more often than any other year of high school. Some people might say it is because I am a senior and therefore I have earned a new sense of freedom and reached a new level of maturity. Or maybe it is just because I am no longer taking Mr. Dane's calculus class. And while discipline does equal freedom, that actually isn't the reason for this recent change in perspective. It is because of the beautiful, open-minded, creative, and inspiring people I am fortunate enough to call my best friends. The people I am surrounded by are why my outlook on life and the world around me has changed. This year, I started to learn that there is no ultimate and all-encompassing level of happiness I could ever reach to be truly fulfilled. This happiness is not simply one almighty thing to attain. It is the sum of many moments in our lives that create joy and amount to our personal contentment. My friends begin to show me how special each and every day could be, how to cherish the little moments, and how to fall in love with my life. To understand that each moment on this earth is another gift of joy in and of itself. They taught me how to live every day like there's no past and no future, as if I asked the universe to live just one more day. I began to recognize the joy in a lot of things that I previously had taken for granted. I realized that joy does not depend on what happens, but rather in the grateful response to the opportunity that life offers you at any moment. I began to find this joy in the smaller things, like driving to school, being the smart girl, in slow days with endless hours and busy days filled with commitments, in finding a topic that intrigues me, in the afternoon sun, in conversation with my peers, in seeing what fuels other people's passions, in building connections with people, and in being able to learn more about oneself by putting trust in others. Honestly, I found joy in almost everything in my life. I found that if you look closely enough, you can recognize the good in anything. Don't get me wrong, life is filled with bad days, a lot of them. But it is also filled with incredible days, and even just amazing small moments in any given day. You can wake up each morning and make a conscientious choice to try and make it a positive day. We can choose to find the happiness and find the joy. The class of 2023 has experienced so many priceless moments and made so many remarkable memories. Just think of how our high school years began. Our class started as freshmen with nervous jitters and being terrified to be the first class to go to homecoming with upperclassmen. Then we had to adjust to the brand new normal after a COVID-19 shutdown, which changed the way our high school experience would be moving forward. We saw each other in masks for most of our sophomore year, and we endured constant testing and participated in all the procedures to monitor the pandemic. We watched friends being taken down the hall to be told they tested positive and sent home to quarantine. We navigated having to buy football game tickets before they ran out, and then enjoyed seeing everyone in the stands dressed from head to toe in various outfits to fit the themes. We attended sports games, talent shows, musicals, and homecoming bonfires. We lost Powder Puff and Puff our junior year, then secured the wins this time around. We sailed through some classes and suffered through others. We reconnected with old friends, made new ones, and sometimes lost a friend or two as our lives have changed over the past 4 years. We witnessed record snowfall and snow days that we as seniors won't have to make up. The snow meant teams weren't able to practice and even play some games. Some of us embraced the early start of school, and others navigated our schedules to get extra precious sleep. We learned how to drive and got our licenses. We peeled parking tickets off our cars from previous seniors and saw Blue Roof Bar regularly. We completed RISE testing, ACT work, and job and college applications. We held down jobs outside of school, wrote scholarship essays, and had a lot of off-campus fun with our friends. And as a reminder of how far we've all come, we walked past our freshman year team club and activities photos every day in the hallway because new ones were never hung up. And now, we are here. We have all completed the work and credits needed to graduate. There have been many highs and many lows in our time here, and there will be many more in the future. There are things that we will all miss next year, like skiing, riding in the snow, high school events, Gaper Day, and being called a minor. But there will also be incredible new experiences and traditions that we will cherish just as much as those we have grown up with. As we all journey into a world full of new people, places, and experiences, I encourage everyone to look for the happiness in all our little moments. Make each small victory just as important as the big ones. Each little occurrence in our lives builds who we are as people. Every person's life is important. You are important. You have hundreds of happy moments in your days. It's time to recognize them and the people that make them possible. Fuel them. Appreciate every single one of them. Appreciate the amazing people around us and this spectacular place we have called home. I know this is only the beginning. I am beyond excited to witness what each and every one of you will contribute to this growing world around us. I am eager to watch everyone find the new people, places, and passions that will light your sparks. I will be cheering all of you on from the sidelines. It is with tremendous gratitude for you all that I offer a last piece of advice. Choose joy, find your happiness, and love the little things. I'm so proud of each of you for your hard work and dedication to be here. BBP for life. Thank you and congratulations, Park City High School, class of 2023.
To the other side for the hat throw. You are welcome to come around to take pictures.